there is no next thing. There's only this thing that you're doing right now. What I mean is, I was wiring a plug socket in my house the other day, and I always get agitated whenever I'm messing with electrics. I don't know why. It's those fiddly little things that you have to do, like stripping the wires and turning those tiny little screws. You're always hunched over at a mega awkward angle. I guess it's the posture you end up in. I remember reading a book on Zen once, and it said, if you can't control your posture, you can't control your mind. So maybe that's what makes you so agitated. Anyway, so I noticed that I was starting to feel this agitation that I always feel. And this time I made a mental effort to instead focus on just the one task at hand, because I could feel myself beginning to wish that I was doing anything else, and I just wanted this to be over. And that's when you start rushing things and making mistakes. So I caught myself, and I thought, at that moment I was attaching some wires to the back of the plug socket that I just ripped out the wall. And I thought to myself, this is the only thing you have going on in your life right now, and therefore it's the most important thing that you have going on in your life right now. And then as soon as I thought that, the task was no longer tedious. It was no longer daunting. It was just what I was doing. That was all I had to do. I wasn't thinking about the next step in the process, or what I was going to do once all of this was over, or even things that had happened earlier in the day. All I was focusing on was what I was doing. And I decided that I was going to do that one step to the best of my ability and get those wires into the back of that socket. And then once that was done, and it was done perfectly, couldn't have been done better, I moved on to the next step in the process. This is the way you have to be with absolutely everything all the time. You have to make a conscious effort to be present and do the thing that you're doing with full, total concentration. Because as soon as I did that, it became a joy. It might have actually taken me twice as long to get it done as it would have if I was just doing it, just doing what I needed to do. But it became my world. It became everything to me. As mundane of a task as it was everything. It's like certain things in life will bring you into that space that you need to be in without you having to think about it. Like any time you're in control of something moving at high speed and there's that element of danger, you naturally become focused on that one thing, and everything outside of that just ceases to exist. And if you want to get into that space when you're not flying across concrete at high speed, you have to make that conscious effort to put yourself into that space as if your life depended on it. Because when you do that, you do your best work and you enjoy it no matter what it is. And it's not just focusing on that thing that you're doing, it's getting really specific and breaking the thing you're doing down into the moment within the thing that you're doing. So you're not just doing the dishes, you're scrubbing the plate and you're rinsing the plate. You know what I mean? And all of this seems so obvious, but the hard part is catching yourself and actually sticking to it, because it's so easy to get distracted by another thought or to look forward to whatever is next, but there is no next, there's only now. And then once you've focused on the thing that you're doing, then you have to try not to think about the thing that you're doing. So instead of thinking, I'm turning the screw, you have to become one with the screw and the action of turning it. This is something that drawing mandalas has helped me train. Sometimes I think I'm getting bored of drawing mandalas, but because it's kind of a monotonous activity, drawing a mandala, you're literally going around in circles, but I keep going back to them. And I guess it's not because I want to make something that looks cool or has a message or anything like that. I'm training that side of me that wants to be present when I'm not drawing mandalas. I mean, that's what you're doing with sitting meditation, isn't it? You're training your mind to be still, even outside of meditation. But when you're drawing a mandala, as repetitive as it may seem, you're training your mind while actually doing something. So really, it's probably more effective than sitting with your eyes closed. And after a while, it stops being repetitive and it becomes immersive. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take, because there's nothing else going on. This is the only thing in your life. drawing this mandala and it's nourishing the spirit.